Here are your tropical thoughts with myself, meteorologist Carly Smith. Tropical Storm Erin has formed in the Atlantic, so we officially have our fifth named storm of the season. Now, the track is moving west, northwest, likely going to avoid the Gulf, and then additionally, a break in the high could even keep it away from the East Coast. Likely going to avoid the Gulf. Additionally, a break in the high could even keep it away from Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. We are live this morning, and we are talking the tropics. I'm going to try to do this update every morning about 10 a.m., roughly between 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. I can't guarantee a time because I get busy. This is my busy part of the morning, and we've already been on TV live. If you haven't been watching, on First Edition on 3 News Plus, we've added an additional 2 hours of live broadcast, but only on 3 News Plus, which is our smart TV app. But anyway, let's get into the tropics. That special broadcast of First Edition is live from 7 to 9 a.m. So hopefully you tune in and watch. Let me know in the comments if you do. But we're going to get started with our live update now. So we are tracking the tropics. We went through my tropical thoughts, and now here's the latest look. Tropical Storm Erin, it's got 45-mile-per-hour winds, gusts at 60 miles per hour. And you can tell it's organized, right? It's this little cluster, this circular area that's just off to the west-northwest of the Cabo Verde Islands there off the coast of Africa. It is moving west right now at 20 miles per hour and will continue to track west and then a little bit northwest, roughly 15 to 20 miles per hour. Where did the forecast cone go? Oh no. If you want to see the forecast cone, click the link I've added in the title of this. Anyway, I must not have saved it. This is so sad. Okay, tropical track. I was so confident. I was like, we're going to have a quick and easy update on this. And of course, something doesn't go right. Isn't that life? Tropical track. Single track. Erin. There we have it. So I updated this for the website. I didn't finish updating, but this is good enough for this live stream now. Erin is likely to become the first hurricane. That could be as early as Wednesday evening, heading into Thursday morning. Category 1 hurricane possible. Could be the first major hurricane of the season. The tropics are juicy. We're going to take a look at the sea surface temperatures and what to expect as Erin makes its way to the west-northwest, and any impacts to the continental U.S., what they could be. It's a little too far out to really dive into those details, but we've got a brief kind of scenario that we can go through. So we are tracking the tropics this morning. You do see now Tropical Storm Erin on the map. It's not a high chance of development. It has developed. Invest 96L likely not going to develop. There's an area off the coast of Nova Scotia that has a low chance of development. Mostly it's going to create some rough seas in that area. Fishing takes place up that direction. So just want to alert any mariners not from the coastal bend, obviously, but anyone up that direction. That's really what they're watching, is the potential for some rough seas, stronger wind, and so forth. So Erin is no longer the next name on the list. Fernand will be the next name for any tropical system to come next. So we're confident this system is moving west. As it continues to move west, we'll be watching the Caribbean and the highs to the north. One of the reasons why I think this system is going to turn to the north and a bit northwest and a bit more north than northwest is because the high breaks down. You see less red as we head into Sunday, and that's going to allow for the potential of this storm to track to the north and that weakness between the highs. As it tracks north, it may even miss major impacts to the continental U.S. We'll see how close it gets. One thing for certain is rip currents and surf will likely intensify as we look ahead to next week. Here's the latest spaghetti plot. Now we have the forecast cone as well. A lot of model agreement in the path up to Monday of next week, and then it does become a little bit uncertain how far north it will or won't turn, but I do think a northward turn does keep the Gulf free of a hurricane and keeps Texas with no impacts from the system. It's the East Coast, probably the Northeast coast, that could see some of the bigger impacts. Let's talk wind shear. It's not battling a lot of wind shear as it tracks through most of the Atlantic. We do start to see a little bit of wind shear as that high that it's going to tap into kind of starts to move over the Bermuda high, essentially. It does look like this high continues to track to the east, and as it does so, that's going to allow the system to tap into those steering winds around the edge of the high and move to the north as we head into next week. Now, the shear associated with it now, that's the shear that the hurricane itself is producing. It's not shear that's going to impact development. There will be some shear on the backside of the storm, but it's moving into a less sheared environment. So that's why as it gets toward the end of that forecast track cone, we could be dealing with a major hurricane. The timing of that, again, let's go back to the cone. Major hurricane possible by Saturday morning, and that would increase the rip current risk. Now, it may or may not have a direct impact on the Caribbean islands. Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands are in the British Virgin Islands. Let's see. There's Puerto Rico. Likely won't have a huge impact. The British Virgin Islands, St. Kitts, Antigua and Bermuda, All Saints, these areas, these islands in the Caribbean, likely going to see intensified surf, could see some surge impact, but overall, it does look like the center would track to the north, but those northern Antilles, I believe is what they are, the lesser Antilles, those areas of the Caribbean should be on alert by Saturday, especially if we do have a major hurricane. It does, again, look like it will turn to the north, and then we'll see potential impacts to the northeast coast, but I'm pretty confident that the Gulf is going to stay free, at least this time around. Now, the Gulf is juicy. It's ready for, it has a lot of fuel if a hurricane does make it in there, but this system is not in the warmest of waters right now as it's a tropical storm, so that may limit its development until it gets into that area north of the Caribbean. That's when we get sea surface temperatures above 80 degrees, and that's going to be fuel for the potential strengthening of this storm. Let's talk surf now. So you can see the Gulf staying pretty flat. So we will be watching the storm as it makes its way toward the Caribbean. You see the surf really picking up for those northern Caribbean islands. We could be talking 8 to 12 foot swells as it is passing north. The Gulf may see a pickup in some surf as we head into the weekend because there's a high pressure where the flat surf is now over the Florida area. And so that may give us a little bit of wave action, but no tropical activity expected in the Gulf. Here's where the rip current risk escalates for the northeast. Again, this is past the forecast cones, so things could change. Exact impacts and strength and so forth of the system all could change between now and then. But by the time we get to Sunday and into next week, the eastern coast of the United States should be on alert for, at minimum, high rip current risk or dangerous rip current risk, and additionally high surf. That's going to do it for this live update. Not going to come to the Gulf, Michelle. Thank you everyone for watching. If you have any questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below. And I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. We will see you next time about the same time tomorrow and throughout the week ahead. Also, please download right here, watch free, Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, I hear also Samsung TV. You can watch 3 News Plus, which streams from 7 to 9. The National Hurricane Center does produce a new update on the tropical outlook, so that's the high, low chance, medium chance of development. That is put out brand new right at 7 a.m. So we'll have the latest information. And when there is a storm, the current data gets updated at 7 a.m. as well. So we'll have all the latest tropical information, all the latest coastal bend information, everything you need to know coming up tomorrow. 3 News Plus, 7 to 9, and then we'll do again a live hit around 10, between 10 and 10:30. That's going to be safe, so you're not sitting there waiting at 10 o'clock for an update. But if you happen to be on Facebook or on 3 News Plus, we'll have all the live information then. Thank you again for joining. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith, and I am signing off with this Tropical Thought Update.